Welcome to the second half marriage counseling session.
Hi, this is Dr. Ruth Westheimer, and on the air.
You need to have more
That's the
sex.
wrong kind of counseling, Sean.
You need to have more sex.
Okay. Obviously, it's the second half of the
It's
Dudes
true.
Like Us podcast. It is October 22nd. Obviously, the second half, it is close to Halloween. By the way, I've got a Halloween party coming up this weekend.
You do.
Shlabba-dabba-ding-ding.
What's the theme?
The theme is arcade games. What is it? Retro arcade
From a
games.
specific era?
Retro. I'll say
You're just now
80s.
finding out?
Yes.
You need a
You're
costume.
so full of poo-poo.
You need a costume, bro.
Just get a t-shirt.
So what are you going as?
What the hell, dude? You've had so long.
Dude, if I'm putting my costume together and literally this week, you should be able to too.
Well,
you
wearing like
better
a French
shit
maid or
something
Oh my god.
extravagant.
I'm not being a French maid. That has there's no arcade game of French maids.
I'm sure there's one out there.
Really?
Yes. I'm going to search for it.
Thank you, Mr. Producer. Staying
Hi.
on top of shit. Dudes Like Us, I'm Sean.
I'm Paul.
I am Jeff.
And Jackie Mack.
Jackie Mack is visiting us. She stayed
Yes.
along for the second half.
Welcome
I'm so
back.
excited.
I did. It was the alcohol.
Oh, so it's not our...
That's the only reason.
I mean, it
Wit
is.
and
It
charm.
is the wit and charm and
Correct.
all those good stuff. But
you
it
called
really
us good
is-
looking too.
But the
I-
booze
that
was,
didn't happen.
was
I don't
the
think
key.
I don't think I called you.
she compared you to a hoagie sandwich.
I said
did.
y'all are really fun.
There you go.
She said you're not as ugly as you guys
You
sound.
have great personality.
So you tasted the...
Those are the earmarks of
you
rejection.
tasted the infinity bottle out there.
Lord have mercy.
What do you think of that?
During the halftime. Yep.
Stinking believable. But I mean, I spent probably the break trying to figure out what exactly it was I was tasting.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
Yeah,
So-
I'm like real barbecue, like that crystallized sugar from grilling ribs.
Sure.
It's good,
Nice.
delicious.
So that the if those folks that don't know out there, the Dudes Like Us podcast, we have collected. We bought 4 1-gallon containers. We're on the first gallon, by the way.
Yeah, our first one's almost full.
Yeah,
The first one's almost full. We're about to pop into the second one pretty soon. We can't wait to do that one.
we have some work to do. We need to start finishing off some bottles. So
Yeah,
we
we
can get,
do.
Get going.
We're getting into it. So the spirit of how we get these infinity bottles is that we do usually a new whiskey or bourbon and on the first half, and a new whiskey and then an old one. It doesn't matter. We pick one new and one old.
Sure.
That's kind of the thing which we try to do. Doesn't always work out that way, but that's what we try to do. That way we can go through the bottles, and we want to replace them as well. So if it's a bottle that we know we had and we're like, we're not going to replace that, we'll just leave it up there. Because, I'd rather have it up there because someone may show up and they'll be like, oh my God, that is wonderful. I haven't had that Clydesmaid in such a long time.
Or Williamsburg. Old
Oh,
Williamsburg. That's very
Oh, yeah.
coconutty.
I've been looking for it forever.
Williamsburg, God
Yes.
bless, I'm in.
That's why Paul got it, because says it's full of coconut flavor.
At some point, it's going to become
Brain's
rare,
full of coconut.
rare and
Whatever.
really well sought
All
out.
right,
terrible.
so when we finish a bottle up, we usually dump 1 to 4 ounces into the infinity bottle prior to disposing of it. Because if it doesn't have enough to feed us 3 healthy podcast servings, we just kind of throw it out. Put it in the infinity bottle. We write a label on there, and Mr. Producer records it onto our ledger, and there we go. I think we're right up to 47. Actually, I think it's
47. Well, you said 47. So we're going to stop at 50.
more. Yeah.
As long as we have room, we're going to stop at 50, then start the next one.
Yeah, there's still room in there for 6.
Oh,
or
for sure.
12
We'll figure it out.
ounces.
We'll figure it out. I recommend everyone do a infinity bottle. I just started my infinity bottle. In fact, I dumped my first bottle today.
So it's
Oh.
not an infinity bottle yet.
No, well, it's
You
right
just
now.
moved bottles.
no, I have. I got a half gallon, and I printed a little label on there, and I wrote on there because I was going through. I was trying to do a quick inventory for the Halloween party coming up this weekend, and I was like, "What do I have? What do I need just for the party?" And I was like, "There's a Texas honey giant in there. There's a honey from Texas giant in there."
Yeah.
You know, and I bought like a couple bottles and brought them back, and so I was like, "Well, fuck, man, they've got like there was 2 ounces in the bottle." And I was like, first of all, why is it in the cabinet? Because it shouldn't be there. It should be in my office.
You can
But-
probably dump all those Heaven's Door as well, or Heaven's Gate, or whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm on the no, I will do that. But I'm going to drink them.
Yeah, those are good stuff, too.
Right down to, I'm going to redline them and put exactly 2 ounces of each one in there.
Is it Heaven's Door?
It's Heaven's Door.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are fantastic. I bought a couple from Total Wine, bought a couple from Specs. I got a
Well,
couple.
the cast strengths are the good ones.
Yes, they're tremendous.
Yeah.
Love them, every single one.
Most
Anything cask strength is
well,
delicious.
typically
Amen, sister.
the celebrity whiskeys are not very good.
Say again?
So the celebrity whiskeys typically aren't very good. This one's
They're
a Bob
not.
Dylan one, which is the cast strength. The ones we've had have been very, very good.
Yeah.
You talking about this one right here we're doing right now?
No, the Heaven's Door is a Bob Dylan juncture or whatever
You're
you
saying
want
if it's endorsed by a
Yeah.
celebrity, it generally
Most
hasn't
of
been
them
good.
are not very good.
Yeah, I agree.
Interesting because I'm in the aisles of the whiskey, at the liquor store in the whiskey aisles every week, and everyone asks for Beyonce's.
She has a whiskey.
Oh, it's not really a whiskey.
Is it where you get drunk
have
and
to
someone rapes you?
What?
Oh my god!
Was that too soon?
What'd you
Yeah.
say?
That was too soon. Did he?
Well,
But people, it's not in the whiskey aisle where I am. I'm in the Scotch and whiskey and rye aisles, and it's
like a
the
liqueur.
it's where the Crown Royal is.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
come
but it's a
on. That's
beautiful
not-
bottle. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Is it
but
literally a Canadian whiskey?
Canadian whiskey?
What is
Bay
Beyonce's?
onces.
I don't think it's with. I think it's just the proof.
I will not put my support behind that.
You won't
No,
even for the bottle. I'll chase a good bottle any day.
no, I've got some standards here. I do. Look,
Oh, the bottle is
I don't.
nice.
P. Diddy's not on the list, but God bless it. There is some nefarious stuff going on.
It's not good.
That is worse than Epstein's Island.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the audios that's being released of Diddy, and the fact that he's got a relationship with Jay-Z, and the fact that the whole scene.
It's just gross.
Yeah, and Beyonce. I'm not saying I don't know, and it'd be irresponsible for me to lay blame on that stuff. But I smell shit, and there's something shitty going on there, and I don't trust it. The fact that all these stars, Beyonce, I need to thank you. Why the fuck do you need to thank her? I mean, what is she doing?
Oh, when they're accepting an award on the
Yes.
stage, just kind of randomly, like.
Yes, I'm
why?
like, what does she
Yeah.
do? Does she really help them?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Anytime
guessing-
anytime you're thanking somebody, you're extending honor to whatever.
Yeah,
it
but
is
it the question? It's
Well, I'm going to hold out judgment on her until something comes out. Now, her husband, I think, is wrapped up in it because there's pictures of him hanging around with J-Lo and Diddy and half nude and all that shit.
So can I ask you a question? Because we talked about, husbands and wives and marriage earlier. Do you think that if something was shady, that your wife wouldn't know?
What?
You're
Yeah.
saying you're going to say
No, yeah.
you're saying you're
Well,
going to
no,
hold out judgment.
Well, no, I don't know if she's involved in any of that. She may
Sure.
know about it, and I have a problem with that because especially if people are being abused incorrectly, especially young folks,
Some
I have
of
a problem with that.
like the video, the audio you shared
Oh, yeah,
is
bad.
horrific.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
know,
I couldn't listen. to
Fucking P. Diddy going, it's okay, just let it all out. Just let it,
Oh, I haven't
just
heard that.
just
Oh,
let it
yeah.
all
I
out.
don't want to.
it. Yeah,
Just let it all out. That was so sad. The dude was crying in the background. I'm like
The guy who
sobbing.
I guess there's a song called Bad Bunny.
Nah, man, it's
Whoever sang that is who this guy was. Who was getting just
Okay, we don't need to talk
Abused.
So
about
anyway,
that.
this
But
Angel's
they need
Ride
to know.
recording is
No,
freaking
no,
fantastic.
no, but look,
kidding, right?
look. These are dudes like us. Things that happen. That I mean, hopefully don't happen, but to us. But I'm just like, these are things that are happening right now in front of us.
In the
I mean,
world.
we talk about, look, you got to talk about it. You got to talk about it. Look, there's a kid. What's his name? Goddamn, the young singer
Bieber.
Bieber. I mean, he was 15 years old.
right.
And he's taken in by P. Diddy. He was like, he had power of attorney over him for a weekend or 2 weekends or whatever the fuck it was. And it's criminal. The stuff that they got going on, and they're just letting it go. Finally, someone came in and raided his house, and they took
Right.
all a bunch of the videos.
Right.
Right.
Look, man, it's fucked up, and it's happening right here in the United States, and you're kind of like, why the fuck is this happening here? And this is sick.
And you're talking mainly about the sexual trafficking thing. So.
Absolutely.
Well, what I want to say is it was up on our board.
That's what it's all about.
We didn't get to anything, but the CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch,
Oh yeah.
he had some problems to begin with
Mhm.
with how he was running his company, and he hasn't been CEO since 2014
tell
or
us,
15.
tell the listeners who that is.
Well, Mike Jeffries, he started Abercrombie and Fitch. If you all remember that, basically, they wanted young, very good-looking models, half naked,
super skinny, half naked.
half naked in their advertising. And you walk in their stores, if you don't fit their model, they really wouldn't help you much, and they were very choosy, right?
Oh yeah.
And he just got arrested, him and his partner and another dude, for sex trafficking.
Unbelievable.
And what they were doing is they were flying in young male models to these parties across the world, in France and Morocco, in St. Bart's, across the world. New York City was another one. And they'd get there, and what they would do and says, if you want my help, this is what you have to do.
Right.
And there'd be alcohol, there'd be muscle relaxants, and other ways that they're applying these young men
freak off parties.
Unbelievable.
to do this. And he just got busted. I don't know. It was on the 19th, I think, is when he got arrested. I just saw it in the news today that he's arrested, and his partner was.
So they're basically taking what Harvey Weinstein did for decades to a whole new level.
Yeah. Yes. And he just, I mean,
It's disgusting. And those guys, I'd euthanize them. They're not even worth the courts. Just fucking just put them out.
well, you have to prove it first.
Can't do that. I mean, that would be Iranian style justice. But
That's my opinion.
so here's the thing: we know Hollywood's a dark place, man. They've, I mean, not all of them, but I mean, there's dark, deep.
I mean, there's
weird-
stories coming out from the 50s and
weird,
60s.
Oh, weird shit's been going on. Fame and money and power, and they can do anything they want, and they do.
Well, I think it's the lifestyle they live because they live it and they don't see anything wrong with it. And no one's telling them differently, hey, this is
Right.
wrong, right?
Well, P. Diddy walks around saying, I'm going to do what I want when I want.
Right.
You
Right.
can shut the hell up.
Well, and every time he's gotten in trouble, he has the money to get himself off, right?
Right.
So
Yeah, that's the other
he
thing.
gets out of trouble relatively quickly.
Well,
Not this time.
yeah,
Not
look,
this
Not this
time.
time.
I don't want to. We took a dark turn here, but you know what?
Angels
At the
envy.
same time, we need to acknowledge this. This doesn't need to be a Weinstein thing where we just brush this off. I mean, you got to think about it. Weinstein did the same thing.
Yeah.
All right. And you have people like Michelle Obama endorsing him and telling him how wonderful Weinstein is. You know, you got to think about the bigger picture.
Yeah.
How far does this thing go?
It's
I'm
just-
not saying the Obamas are involved in this, but why the hell are they endorsing somebody like that?
They still are to this
No,
day.
I mean they did back then. I mean, if they knew what was going on, how can you not know what's going on?
It's a secret
think
dark club.
I think they were looking for a gig post-presidency and trying to get on his good side. Now, whether they're mixed
Why?
up in
Are
that.
they looking
Because they're
for?
influential.
Yeah, they're influential. He was very influential in that industry.
Yeah.
And they were trying to break into that, and they have a partnership with Netflix. They're producing and making their own shows now. They wanted to get into that.
The money is all connected. I
Oh,
mean,
it is. It
That's
is.
all
The
connected.
parties and the money and the connections and it's just all.
Well, you look at Corey Feldman.
Yes,
He's a
He's been
disaster.
saying this. He's been saying it for decades.
and nothing's happened.
Yeah, they're
No.
they're like, shut the fuck up, or we're gonna whack you. You
Right.
could say you could do what you want. Guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna fund your little band excursions, and
Because
you
I
can
was-
stand up in front of 10,000 people and act like a fool and act like you know how to play the guitar. And I mean, that's what
Like
he
Michael
does. Have you
Jackson.
seen him?
Oh, it's terrible.
Oh,
Terrible.
it's terrible.
Good
Like
lord!
you talk about, they always talk about cringe, right? It is cringe at the highest level.
How the hell? I know how the hell they promised him this. It's like, look, dude, shut the fuck up. We don't care. You can do what you want.
And we'll fund whatever you need.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll put you all in the
Anyway,
the
Angel's
C-stall.
Envy. Here we are.
Yeah.
This,
Yeah.
This pour is freaking amazing.
It
Yeah,
is
well, we're not
amazing.
supposed to talk about it just yet.
Not yet.
We're not.
It's got to be a secret.
And you know, because we cue the music.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, she hasn't heard the
it's
music.
my first time.
Right.
That's all right. We could talk about it now.
I'm new.
Well, we can do it. Well,
Let's talk about it.
I guess I gotta drink it.
you haven't had any yet?
I took a couple pulls of it, but it's 100 proof, so it takes a little bit longer to.
All right,
It's
Mr.
interesting
Producer,
to
we're talking about it.
We're talking about
What do we got?
So this is an Angel's Envy. Is it a finished rye?
Yeah, so Angel's Envy, they pride
and
themselves
is it a
by
rum barrel?
taking the whiskey or bourbons and they put it in in rum casks. Like this one is in a rum cask. It's finished in the Caribbean rum cask. They put them in like cognac, wine. They got all
This is
kinds
a
of
rum
different
cask.
styles.
I was not aware of that.
I was not aware of that either. So
That's
Okay.
what gives it that funky tail end spin on it. You know that
Well, I wrote down a couple things
little
just on the nose.
licorice kind of.
When I first stuck my nose in
Licorice?
there, I picked up grapes.
Oh, see, I go like totally savory every time I taste savory. Angel's Envy. I go celery seed. Yeah. So
I could see that, the celery. So
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of the nose when I was smelling it. I could pick up some.
well, I'm a Canadian. We eat a lot of licorice, so I'm not really getting licorice, but maybe I am.
No, I grew up with licorice too, and I can totally taste it.
like a Twizzler.
I'm
Well, I mean, somewhat. I mean, I'm talking about the black licorice, the traditional
Yeah.
licorice.
So in Canada, we have these licorice pipes. So it's this.
You could smoke them
stick-
like a cigarette when
It-
you're a kid.
It looks like a pipe, and then the end it has these like little red candies on the end of it, and yeah,
That's where it all started.
It's where it all started. Where it's all began. That's where my palate began.
Licorice pipe.
Yeah, they're delicious. I still order them from time to time.
Is that it right there?
Right there, here.
I have never seen those.
Yeah.
I have never seen this. This is
Are
kinda-
y'all licorice fans?
Yeah, I love licorice.
No.
I can eat a bag of licorice and not feel guilty at all.
I can
Okay.
eat the
Absolutely.
I can eat the red
No,
licorice.
That's
it's not.
not
That's not
licorice.
licorice.
That's not fucking licorice. That's
Sure
That's not
it is.
licorice. That's
No,
just
it's not.
oh, it's a
sweet
Twizzler.
as a Twizzler.
That's not.
And
That's,
that's
Those
not
give you
licorice.
pancreatic
Strawberry.
cancer.
So it has to be black and
black licorice.
Well, it's licorice. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
liquor
there-
ice.
there's no other forms of licorice other than black licorice. Is that what you guys are telling me?
That's what we're telling you.
Because
So
I don't think that's true.
I'm not an authority on liquor, so
I
I'm
don't
not going to
know.
answer
We have
that.
to kind of like Google that.
We
and
know
see what's
everything,
going-
so whatever we say is good.
I do
That's
not
what I
believe
heard.
that's true, but what do I know?
Yeah. So Chelsea would tell me, my youngest daughter, when we would go home to Nova Scotia, we would talk about liquor. I would always buy a box of licorice to bring them home, and it's
It's kind of phallic looking.
it makes you very gassy.
So look, the
Oh.
essential ingredients of black licorice confectionery are it's licorice extract, sugar in a binder. The base is typically starch flavor, gum, Arabic, gelatin, or a combination thereof. Additional ingredients, flavoring, beeswax for the shiny surface, and ammonia chloride and molasses. Ammonium chloride. What is ammonium chloride, Mr. Producer? You are a chemical engineer student.
At
I
HCL.
don't need the fucking.
I'm just going to tell you,
Oh,
delicious.
stop it. He's literally putting the formula up
Delicious.
there. All right, well, so you guys didn't answer my question. So black licorice is the only licorice out there? That's not. I know
I
that's
think
not
Yes,
the truth.
so.
that's what it is.
Like the strawberry and the cherries.
yeah, that's not
They're
licorice.
just for fun.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't call those licorice. They call them cherry flavored Twizzlers.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not a licorice expert, but that's
No.
I guess growing up, we had all the different flavors, right? So
So
Those were chuckles.
when you think about licorice, it's kind of like the Jack and Coke. Jack and Coke could be, it's just whiskey and Coke.
Right.
I want a Jack and Coke. I'm going to have a whiskey. I'm going to have a whiskey and Coke.
sure.
It's kind of like Kleenex.
Right.
It could be anybody's brand of Kleenex.
Right.
Everybody's calling it Kleenex, but it's Walmart brand.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I think it's the
It's
same.
kind of like Xerox. Can you
so
go Xerox that?
according
Yes.
according to AI, it says
Zoom.
no, not all licorice is black.
Oh,
Oh.
that's AI's
Oh.
racist.
Black is the traditional licorice. Is
Hmm.
colored black with licorice root extract.
Yeah.
Red licorice
Hmm.
is fruit flavored and does not contain licorice flavoring.
What?
Oh.
Oh, come on. That's
Well,
not licorice. That's bullshit.
It says licorice is
Does
made
not
from
qualify.
licorice. Yeah, it's just kind of stupid.
No, that's not,
No, it's correct.
No.
Correct.
It's dead on, and you guys are all wrong.
I could eat a whole bag of red licorice.
All right, so is
Me
black
too.
licorice the only real licorice?
Oh,
The traditional
God.
licorice in Europe refers, and that's where I have my experiences.
Uh,
licorice from Europe.
That's right.
Uh,
Same. Well, not Europe. But,
I'm from Germany.
I'm
In Europe
international.
refers to a confectionery made with licorice root extract. So red licorice is not, quote unquote, is not real licorice, but resembles it in shape, especially when it comes in these twisted.
Well, this says it
ropes.
is. Who are we believing?
You believe my fucking your phone is jaded. It's
I like
awful.
Mine's TikTok.
I like. Oh,
Oh, totally
Oh.
believe that.
Is it like
Drop-
hoagie sandwiches?
drop the mic because it's over.
It's-
TikTok is the law.
It's 100% real.
I mean,
feel
Sean,
like it is.
Sean
though.
believes so.
I feel like it is.
Now,
No.
look, I enjoy licorice. Licorice. I do. I will eat a whole fucking bag. Some pure stuff.
Does that just bind you up and like not shit for a
It
week?
does not. It does the opposite.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say
it
is
that.
it the root extract that gets you?
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
It is not.
I enjoy the taste of it.
It's a laxative.
They like that little pipe that they had. up there with the little candies on there. They have the same candies in Germany, but they have like the licorice base in it, and they roll it in the little candies.
Did you walk around like you were smoking it when you were a kid?
You know,
You did.
it wasn't a pipe. It was more like
Ours was
in
a
the
pipe.
shape of a barrel or a lozenger sort of.
Oh,
It was
interesting.
Like a
tremendous.
lozenge, a suppository.
You can
Wasn't a
still buy
suppository, no.
those pipes that we showed
Jesus.
here. You can still buy those in Canada. In fact, I would be more than happy to procure some and share them
Oh wow!
at another time.
You have an inside scoop on that.
I do. I have an inside scoop.
You don't have any
So
in your
you would-
purse?
You know someone that knows
I'm a
someone.
connector. I know someone who knows someone.
So you walked around with your licorice pipe, and you're like,
hip hip.
Yeah, and take a bite.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, we did that with the candy cigarettes.
we
Totally.
did.
Yeah,
I-
same
I-
thing.
I would
Hey,
be like
and-
the owl on the tree, but like 1, 2, 3, it's all gone.
The owl, isn't that the Tootsie Pop?
Tootsie
It
Pop,
is.
yes.
It's
Yeah.
the Tootsie Pop.
That's
yes.
not even close to a cigarette or a cigar.
Yes.
Yeah, but I would like eat it that fast. So.
we had the chocolate ones too. The chocolate cigarettes.
Ch-
Remember?
Oh.
I didn't have chocolate. They're
No?
all, they're usually
They were
white.
soft, right? The
Yeah.
chocolate was a soft. Yeah, the white ones with the red tip.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They're crunchy.
I never had those.
It's like a-
Popeye cigarettes.
It's so
It was like a sugar stick is all it was.
Were
My
they
son should
Popeye
be the
cigarettes
authority
here?
on this.
Were they Popeye cigarettes here? What were your candy
Popeye
cigarettes?
I don't know. I've never. I don't have experience with
Well,
this
look
part.
at that.
Yeah, they look like that.
Popeye
Yeah, Popeye
cigarette.
cigarettes. So there is a candy shop in downtown Carrollton, in Old Carrollton, that has everything you could possibly imagine from your childhood for
Ooh,
candy.
little Charleston
Really?
chews.
Do they have?
Yes, they have Charleston chews.
Mm.
Do they have
we
a
put them
marathon
in the
bar?
freezer. They have a marathon bar.
No, they don't.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
they do.
Like the chunky bars.
Chunky. So in
Oh, the
Canada,
big
we have
squares?
totally
Yeah.
different. So Aero Bar, it's a mint, these bubbly mint that's green in the middle and chocolate on the outside.
Sassafrasa.
A crunchy bar that's like toffee on in the inside.
Ah.
We
A wigwag. Ooh.
we got
Wigwag.
to stop talking about.
Okay,
that.
let's talk.
This is just getting me too wound
Jeff,
up.
you want to put your pants back
I
on?
know.
Especially the way you say
It was
it.
the wig
I
wag
know.
that got me.
Because I
got-
think about it and I'm like, I think I'm going to drive to Carrollton.
Yeah, you're all
tomorrow.
breathy.
Oh, yeah.
Chocolate on the outside.
That chocolate on the outside. Everybody
It is
needs that.
crunchy
Look
on
at those
the
Popeye
inside.
cigarettes. Aren't they beautiful?
Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I
And I
u-
smoked
I
those
used to-
puppies.
As a kid, I used to like take a piece of paper and make a cigarette. Like we
Will they
would
catch it on fire?
no, but I would
Those
color
are called rolling papers. Did you?
right,
Did
and
you
I
put
would
tobacco in there?
I would color the end of it red, and then I would roll it up, and I would tape it, and then, I'd hand one to my friend, and I'd make one for myself, and we'd walk around.
Well, smoking was
Cool.
that was the cool thing back then.
It was so so
Everybody smoked.
Yeah, I remember being 14, 15,
Same.
Fort Monmouth, New Jersey, Monmouth Regional High School.
Back then. Oh, New Jersey again.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Look at that.
There, so I'd
The
be on the
Garden
side,
State.
in between classes, go outside, and smoking a couple of Marlboro Lights.
So you were actually smoking.
Oh yeah, I was out there just like,
So that's why
sick
you're
as a dog.
that's why you're
Why am
changing.
I doing this? It makes me hurt so bad. I'm gonna
Same.
puke.
I smoked
I
at
look
tw-
cool though.
I smoked at 12, and then I remember
Yeah.
at 14 asking my dad. We're driving one time to down the road, and I said, "Hey, Dad, I want to smoke at home. I smoke." And my dad said, "Absolutely not." Well, that was the end of that conversation.
I'm amazed you asked him. Like
Uh,
you thought he would say yes,
Yeah, I did think he would say
Did
yes.
your father?
and you were
smoke?
12.
My dad smoked at a young 12 years old, and my dad smoked at a very young age. And I just thought if I asked him,
Did he
then I could
continue to
smoke at home.
smoke?
No.
Oh, so he stopped. He grew up.
Yeah. He grew up. He grew up and stopped smoking. I smoked from 12 to 26. When I moved to the United States, cigarettes are very different here. The way they're processed and the taste is extremely
Well, it's
different.
because they add more nicotine.
Yeah, they add all the chemicals.
Yeah.
In Canada, they can't add the chemicals. It has to be the natural product.
So they're the healthy cigarettes.
Oh, they're healthy.
Is that a thing?
At $25 a package now.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
the healthy
They're
cigarettes.
laced with fiber.
Yeah, absolutely.
And no seed oils.
Yeah, no seed oils.
Essential
'cause those
oils.
are so bad for
Essential.
you.
Yes.
I have had one cigarette in my entire life,
No.
and it was where I think we had probably a bachelor party. We were at a titty bar, and somebody
Whoa.
smoking a cigarette, and they're like, and I was like, this is something I got to do. You know what I mean? One time, come on, all right, I lit it up. I
Did
I
you
don't-
smoke
I
the
don't
whole
care for
and
that.
cigarette?
I smoked it start to finish because I wanted to do what I was supposed to do, and I was like, okay, Don't see the draw, but thank
Did you inhale?
I did.
Mm.
Oh.
I mean, I was going to go all the way with it in terms of start to finish.
You're
One
talking about the
cigarette.
cigarette.
Yes. Yes.
All the way.
Now, and then cigars with my roommates in college. We lit up cigars, and I could not finish it. It was the grossest. My mouth was just, it was nasty.
I've never smoked a cigar, but I am enamored with the smell.
It can smell good.
Some
Smells
can smell good.
I'm more enamored with pipe smoke than I
Yeah.
am with.
Pipe smoke smells good.
It
I like
smells
I like
incredible.
smoking a cigar once in a while. I actually like smoking a cigarette once in a while.
Oh.
I am not a cigarette smoker. Let's be clear. But like once a year, I might have a cigarette.
Does that
Someone's
make you
around me.
ill? Does it make you ill?
It did for a while. It did, but first of all, look, I've worked a job as a disc jockey in a nightclub.
Oh,
So I mean, I was either smoke or you're gonna get it anyways because you're in a club.
sure.
So I was used to smoking. So it was like I never woke up in the morning and say, hey, I want to smoke a cigarette. It was
You're like,
usually
shaking.
oh yeah, I gotta have a cigarette before I take my morning shit or cup of coffee. It's like no, I never did that. It was like take the whole day and then I get to work and I start drinking and the next thing you know I want a
So
cigarette.
situational smoking.
Yeah.
You get to work and you start drinking. Can we go back? Can
Yeah,
we
right.
unravel that
Well-
for a moment?
Right.
Well, look, I was a disc jockey, so
Did you drink a whole bottle of Grand Marnier?
actually that's exactly what it was back then. It was Grand Marnier was kind of my thing because in fact everyone kind of knew that. So whenever there were these women would come up to me, they'd be like, "So can you play some Beastie Boys?" And I'd be like, "Bitch, go to the bar and give me my drink, and I'll think about it." I did not say it like that.
Look at you being all
Interesting.
cocky.
I was cocky, but
like, hey girl, go
I
get
didn't-
me my drink.
no. I didn't. So
Yes, to
they
correct
figured it
himself.
out. They figured it out what I wanted, but they'd show up and the bartenders knew. So anytime I'd have a coffee cup, I should say, I knew there was Grand Marnier in there. And those fucking guys, the bartenders, they would fill them up. I mean, imagine a cup of coffee, 8 ounce, 10 ounce cup of coffee. God bless. They'd fill it up and they'd bring it to the booth and next thing will boom. I drink 3 or 4 of those a night and God bless, boom. I mean,
So pardon my ignorance. What exactly is
It's an orange.
it's an orange cordial.
Horrible.
It actually tastes good.
I enjoyed
but
it.
it's good when you mix it with something.
Yes,
it is not
typically.
good on its own. I can't believe that you drank a cup.
Oh yeah, but
Oh.
it was done properly.
Hey
I mean,
girl, go get me your Grand
Hey man, Grand
Marnier.
Marnier was one of them. You drink it a little warm. They warm it up a little bit. They take the mug, and it's like if it's cold, it's not so much.
Yeah, but they gave you cred for that. They were like, "Oh,
I didn't care about
he's,
cred.
He's hot."
You drank California Coolers.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And guess what? I got no cred for that.
I
Carried his 2 liter around.
I didn't care about cred.
Not only did I not get cred for that, I got relentless shit for it.
Right.
And then finally, I started drinking Captain Morgan. That saved me. I became the captain
Oh,
did you
hike your leg up on the chair and be like,
Hi, matey.
Arr. No, I didn't. No, but
you bent
I
over.
drank the freaking wine coolers, man. It was nasty because I wouldn't drink beer. I hated beer. But I
Gotta get over that.
I
got
like Canadian beer.
I got
but
beaten.
I'm a Canadian.
like
so.
Molson,
Like a Labatt's.
Like Moosehead and
Moosehead.
Keith's.
I've
Colt.
had that before.
Keith's beer. Have you ever had Keith's beer?
I've had the beer too.
Da, 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 da.
No, I don't know
Keith's?
Keith's.
Just like-
Keith's beer. Yeah, it is actually made in Nova Scotia. It's delicious.
How does it compare to what's different about Canadian
Like
beer
a Bud
versus
Light.
More flavorful. Alcohol content is
Oh,
higher.
Alexander Keith.
Alexander Keith's, isn't that beautiful?
So it's a
India
heavier
Pale Ale.
so it's a heavier beer.
It
It's
is.
not light at all.
Not light at
Yeah,
all.
Shane's
It's not like
I think that's an American thing. Is that not? Because there's not a lot of light beers in Europe, and apparently there's not a lot of light
There's
beers
an advertisement. That looks like
in
you.
Canada. So is
I'm
that
looking at my screen.
Jeff? Is that an American thing? Light beers, light lagers?
maybe.
It's got to be right
I don't know.
I think it started off
Actually,
here
you can find Heineken Lights now and
in Holland.
in Europe.
Genesee Cream Ale Light. And
Yeah, whatever. So Alexander Keith's is an Indian Pale Ale? How original.
Yeah. Made in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia.
Wow, what is the proof on that? Is it 8, 7?
I don't know, but it's definitely not the same as. I mean, how much is this Miller Lite? What is the alcohol content on the Miller Lite?
4.2.
4.2. It may be more.
That would
It
be.
says 5.
So
Five.
you probably can't bring that stuff back with you.
I can.
No, but that's the amber. I was looking at the
Six
IPA.
pack.
Can you?
Yeah, you can bring a 6-pack.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
If
I
you
know.
if you go back and you want to come back on the podcast, bring one of those.
It's the only way I can come back on is
No,
I bring a
that's-
6-pack.
No, not at all.
But, well, you have to bring a bottle of bourbon too.
I totally will. I got plenty.
So
All right.
you cannot find that in the stores down here.
You cannot find keys. And even Moosehead, I just saw, I'm a part of a Facebook group. I'm a moderator on a group. And someone had a Moosehead beer there in Colorado. You can't buy Moosehead here.
I used to be able to find it up
Really?
in Ohio.
I recall
Oh.
used to having that here. Maybe I was in
Moosehead?
Unless things
Yeah.
have changed. I used to be able to. I don't know about here, but up in Ohio, I.
a. You know what? Maybe because I lived on military base.
Probably because you were in the Garden State.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you probably
Alright, well,
You probably imported it.
yeah, I was important and I imported it. So
Mm.
yeah, that
It's
happened.
Yeah,
delicious.
can you request? I mean, can't you go to?
No,
You can't have
So
them
there
order
are
stuff?
they're locked out. So you got to be enrolled into like what is the whiskey? Not the whiskey. The God bless it. The people that bring you.
Distributors.
God bless. Yeah, but what are the name of the distributors?
Benny Keith.
Yeah, like Benny Keith's.
Right, and you can only.
You gotta.
That's a hard.
Why did you have a partial seizure when you said that?
there's an apostrophe. Did you not see the
Yes.
apostrophe? It's
Yeah,
very important.
That was the seizure. It was the Keith and the seizure. And
There's
then
an
the
apostrophe.
I see.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
I was acting out the apostrophe.
So
Yeah.
what's the origin of an India Pale Ale? Are those like Indian beers?
Like dot or feather?
Definitely not
Dot.
So India. Where is that
Indi-
from? Like the country India?
I don't know.
No, she said not dot.
Well, how do we know this? I mean, I don't know. I don't know the answer.
Know.
Oh,
I
the
just know-
Indian
What?
Pale Ale.
You
The
don't
Indian
know.
Pale Ale
I don't.
originated in England in 18th century.
so there is probably an
So the
Asian-
Distillation process?
So the need for a
Right.
stronger beer. The British East India Company needed a beer that could
is.
survive the long voyage from England to India
There you
without
go.
spoiling.
It is Indian.
The hot
Asian
climate and limited preservation techniques made this a challenge. So
There
they
you go.
upped the ante on the alcohol so to preserve it for that long trip.
I love that I learned something new every time
Right?
I listen to
God
There you
dudes
go.
like us.
There you go.
That is real.
And you know what? I wonder if is there any Native American beer recipes out there?
I'm sure there are.
Did they? Is that what something? I don't want to say did they master that? But
Like an ale.
Like Bud Light.
I don't think Bud Light would be
I
an.
don't think that's.
I would be curious. Look that up, Mr. Producer. See if there's any Native American beer recipe.
Mr. Producer, you have a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
Not really.
Not really.
Yeah, if we could just keep him off his phone.
He just looks pretty
does
and you
great.
guys do all the work.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Bow and Arrow Brewing Company.
Oh.
How about Link? God damn it! Link. What are you drinking? What's the Link?
Yingling.
Yingling. God damn! I couldn't.
Yingling.
Yingling was like
No,
part of
that-
the originals
I don't.
of the United
I
States.
know.
It's like one of the
that's-
first beers,
that's
right?
European.
It said Native Americans also drank other alcoholic beverages.
Oh, Native Indians.
Yes, including balch. Isn't that when your balls itch?
I don't think so.
Hopefully
Polk.
not.
Pulque, Pulque.
Hmm.
Wine
I think these
and
are all
Tulpe
forms
beer.
of meads, I believe.
Oh.
These are
They've
made-
created root beverages using local ingredients such as sarsaparilla
Mm.
and sassafras.
Go down to the one that said 9 Native American breweries paving the path for beer.
Mm.
That
There you go.
is interesting. I wonder if we would recognize any of these.
Native American beers are brewed by indigenous communities. It can be found in a variety of breweries across the United States
There's
and
Bow and
Canada.
Arrow.
There it is.
Bow and Arrow. There's also Skydance Brewing Company.
Never heard of that.
Okay, hold
there's-
on. So slow down here. So you got something in Albuquerque. That was what was the one right above that?
Bow and Arrow.
Bow and Arrow is based in Albuquerque, New Mexico. No shit.
Pueblos.
The next
Yeah.
time I go out there, I'm
And-
going to ask for a bow and arrow.
Well, located
Mm.
in Blue Lake, California, is the Mad River Brewing Company. The brewery is owned by the Wyatt people, and these are all Indian.
Wyatt.
WIYOT.
WIYOT.
I wonder if we could remember any of these. I wonder if we can get these at Total Wine.
Oh, Broken Arrow.
Mm.
Let's just
Broken
go
Arrow
up
Brewing
to-
Company.
let's just
You know,
go up
they
to
have such a
Oklahoma.
great
Located in Broken
selection,
Arrow,
maybe.
Oklahoma, the brewery is owned by
Maybe.
the Osage people.
What was that, Jackie? Sorry.
I said Total Wine has a great selection.
I know.
of all those craft beers. Maybe.
Shout out to Stan. Shout out to Brian. Shout out to Matt. What's up, guys?
Yeah.
Just a random
Kevin.
shout out.
Just a random Total Wine
Kevin,
shout-out.
what's up, bro?
And
He's come back.
And what about
Tom.
and Tom's the new guy.
and
What
John,
about our
and John.
shout out to Jody? Thank you for meeting us out at the Oktoberfest. God bless.
I had just left there too, and you guys sent a picture. Hey, here we are with
Yes.
Jody. I'm like, damn it, man, that would have been so cool to catch up with her.
Yeah.
She just turned 69.
Oh,
She looks
that's
amazing.
She was
perfect
waiting for you to
age.
leave.
Dude,
She's
she
like, I
did
was
not-
watching across the way,
Oh,
and then
she
Paul
did.
left. She's like,
She had her
I'm coming now.
spectacles. She was like,
Really?
she's like, oh
Yeah.
my god, I guess he's
she
still
waited
there.
for
Damn it.
me to leave.
yes.
Sean is
Did she
so
still-
hot in his little lederhosen.
I don't think any of that happened.
Oh well.
We have video. We have video of you dancing.
Yeah,
in your
I wish you would
lederhosen.
delete that fucking
In Fort
video.
Worth?
No way.
No, McKinney
Yeah.
Oktoberfest.
It was kind of. I
You were
must have,
there.
I must have come for the boring part. You guys were just handing out alcohol.
Oh my god! It
And
turned.
I was ordering coffee.
It got turned up a fucking notch.
Oh, it did?
Oh, the dial spun off. We just like.
It wasn't that bad.
Sean was shit faced.
Oh.
Is that when you were dancing around in your?
I went
and you're
out there
leaping like 10 feet
and-
off the ground.
Oh, dude, man, I got a trampoline now, so I was out there just like,
Oh.
ba-doop, doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. Just like, I can fucking do this.
He can out jump anyone now.
Oh,
He
man, I
can.
could.
Mini tramp?
It was.
I got one of those little
Mini
4-footers. Yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
I'm all on that every
It,
day.
it was kind of weird. Like everybody just kind
Who
of
brought it?
hopping up and down to the music. Boom.
No, I didn't bring it out there. It's at my house. I mean, I've been training.
Oh, okay.
Specifically for
I'm s-
polka.
I'm so glad that you clarified that you've been training.
Oh, no. I brought my. I was waiting for the polka music to start. It's like 1, 2, 3, hop. 1, 2, 3. No.
Well, you guys were pretty close to the stage.
Yeah, we were. It was actually a great spot.
It was a great spot.
So,
well, I say it was a great spot, but I mean, I felt like I had to walk to the end of the earth, and I'm like, oh, here's where the pretty people are. Here they
Yes.
are.
yes, we were.
Yeah.
That's-
Right there.
and
And
that
you
was
walk
good
by,
music.
you're like, hi, second-class citizens. We're going to go inside. It's fucking hot.
I tell you what, the polka band was pretty good.
Yeah, it was an excellent thing out there. I got to share something with you guys.
Oh.
So, Filtered, downtown McKinney, coffee shop. I am no longer part owner.
No.
We sold it.
That's fantastic.
That's
Done
a
deal.
good thing.
It is a good thing. I'm a little sad.
Because it's a part of your life.
Yeah, it's 10 years.
Did you weep?
Okay.
No.
So as a consumer, can I give you my take on as a consumer?
Absolutely.
Super cool space. But there was a lot of people behind the counter and nobody could get my coffee to me.
Oh shit, that's not
Oh.
good.
Yeah.
You still
What-
owned it at that time, Sean.
Was it
so.
still up on the counter?
Took them a long time. They talked a lot to each other, but I mean, beautiful. I love the space. I love how it's laid out.
Are you saying it was already made,
no,
but not
No.
getting to you?
No,
So
I'm
the
saying it
service
took
was
a lot.
slow. It took a long time to get that. What did you order, by the way?
I just ordered like a
An
regular.
American?
I just
Like Americano?
I literally ordered a coffee with cream and sugar.
Oh yeah, that takes a long time to make.
A long time. I was like, "What are
Yeah.
you?"
Did you
frapping
order
back there?
anything else with that?
No, just the coffee.
That is so foul.
It's not yours anymore. You have to worry about it.
yeah,
Well, my brother is technically the general manager still. I
Please
will
tell him
harass
that.
him a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
he
a
listens
lot
to
of
the
people
podcast.
behind the counter because it was so busy that day. There were so many people, but they were really talking to each other.
yeah.
That's why it
good
was
to know.
busy.
Good to know.
I think it's probably better now that
Coffee was delicious,
Sean's out of
though.
the mix. Sean's out of the mix now, so I
Yeah.
bet your customer service has improved.
Yeah.
Perhaps so. The product was delicious when I got it.
Oh,
so
I was in charge of that part.
Yeah. So, you go in and you're like, okay, well, the experience wasn't really great, but the product is delicious. So I'll come back.
You get over it.
for
Did you
the-
walk all the way to the back room?
I did. Lovely.
What'd you think of it?
I loved it.
That room is soundproofed. Not
Is
like
it?
100%, but it,
Sean,
oh,
I
easy.
built that room from
Dial it
scratch.
back there, Chico. I don't know where you're going with that, but I'm just saying we record
Oh.
back there. So we've got
Ah.
like sound insulation in the walls there. I spent a long time and I'm
Yes.
proud of that place.
I was going to say you're
All
very
right?
proud.
Well, it
of
looked like
back
was
room.
that sound room wasn't there anymore. The mixing board wasn't there.
Say what?
Where that's his office now. Where the
Well, it's-
control room was.
Oh yeah, the control one's been an office for a while because we haven't done recording there since Sam has left.
Right.
No.
I like the color. I like when you walked in. The atmosphere was really nice. I loved the stage. I loved the back part. Everything about it was really cool.
Well, they're down. The person that purchased Filtered is yanking a lot of things out of it. Like they They got rid of the art, like all the art on the walls.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
It's gone. I think it's unfortunate too. But they're like, it's not making us money out,
Okay.
and because those local artists put their stuff on the wall. That was kind of like the thing, But whatever. I mean, it's not mine. I don't give a fuck. But it is kind of like, damn, dude, really. And then they got rid of all the music programs, from what I understand. So it's like, all right, well, we have a stage now, and that's kind of part of the concept of what we were doing. But again, they owned it now, so they can do whatever the fuck they want. But it's at the same time, I'm like, God damn, you're killing my baby.
Right.
Oh.
That's the way I feel about it.
The issue I had, which I just could not understand, that like 6 o'clock would roll around, or
And
maybe
they got rid of alcohol.
maybe 7 o'clock would roll around.
Really?
Yeah,
Did they really? Oh,
they got rid of the alcohol.
7 o'clock would roll around, and they'd lock the doors.
Hmm.
I'm like, you know how many people came up and like, oh damn, oh damn, oh damn.
I didn't get that either.
I did not understand it. Like,
I didn't get that.
the crowd, the street is packed with people. They stopped eating like 2 hours ago. They're having some beer, but it's time for coffee.
It's
Yeah.
time for a little
Well, I mean,
caffeine.
I think it's we call those missed opportunities.
I don't get it.
And and based on the experience, speaking to my brother, he was like, "Well, yeah, we could have sold some, but the majority of the people, probably 90% of the people coming in, simply have to pee."
Oh.
So they're just trying to get rid of those people.
I mean, it's just like, why are we open for 10% of the business? And-
Okay, I
but
get it.
I get that, but at the same time, I'm like, dude, it's 10%. I mean,
10% is better than 0.
yeah, that's what I'm just thinking. But again, I don't own it. I don't care. But people run things differently.
So do you have any connection with them at all? You had said that we might still be able to do this or that, or you might.
Well, I mean, I know my brother, so he's the general manager. So
Well, it's kind of disappointing he's cleansing it of the artwork and
yeah,
boards and all that
He's
stuff.
going to alienate like a lot of local people doing that.
Well, I mean, whatever. I mean,
Especially if that's what it's known for.
Right.
they're trying to
love the
strip it
artwork.
down and kind of. They have a concept. They own it now.
That's true.
So I mean,
Sure.
They have to have their own brand. They're going to rebrand it. And they're going to do this and that.
yeah, and they
all.
may change a lot of it. I mean, it's called Filter currently. I mean, they may change the name of it. Who knows? I mean, the thing I want is like if they do change the name of it and they don't want those F's anymore, the filtered F.
Yeah.
I want those. I don't want those. I don't want those going in the garbage. Because fuck, man, that F all the way in the back that you
Yeah.
can see through the front door.
Mhm.
I made that with my own fucking hands.
Right.
That was a big deal to me.
And I would think that Desiree would want some of that stuff as
she does. She mentioned that.
as a
Just tell your brother, hey, if he want to yank that, just
We've
grab
already-
it
Sure.
for me.
We've already
For
talked
sure.
to him, but man, look, even if I don't get it, it is what it is. I mean, it's a page that's turning, and it whatever.
And let it be the next part of someone else's chapter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the
Sure.
kid that's
Cool.
taking it
We'll
over,
see.
he's from what I understand, he's a great kid, and he's in the mid-20s, and he's got a lot of inspiration and energy, and he's been in the coffee business for 100 years.
At 20?
The 20?
Whatever,
At
24.
100 years.
I mean, it's like one of these kids that it feels like he's been in the business for a really long time.
That's
but
pretty
whatever.
impressive in his mid-20s to be buying a coffee shop on his
Absolutely.
own. That's awesome.
Well, I mean,
That's America,
it was
man.
it was a community purchase in his behalf. Without
Nice.
getting into
Still, that's like the
community
American
details.
dream, right?
It is the American dream. It's a family.
I love
It's
that.
a family support,
It was
right?
crowdsourced.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Um,
love that.
I mean, it was basically it was a philanthropist that purchased it for him,
Oh.
Okay.
essentially.
That still works.
So
I need
yeah.
a philanthropist.
Me too.
We all
Yeah.
need
Right?
one.
Listen, I'll do whatever you need me to do.
So, we talked
Oh yeah.
we talked about this Angels Envy, but we really didn't talk
need to get
about
close
this
to the mic when you
Angels
say that.
Envy.
Oh.
So we hopped off of it really quick.
Well, okay.
Angels
Our
Envy.
Angels
Yeah,
Envy.
we started to talk about it, but we didn't really talk.
Well, we
I talked about my grapes and we got into licorice, and then
We did.
And then
Well,
boom,
sideways.
welcome to our podcast.
right?
I know that's what I'm saying. Let's get back to it.
Yep. Let's get back to it.
All right. Well,
Cheers.
All right. So
Sada,
this.
Nostrovia.
So again,
Jadruzier.
this is a bourbon aged in a rum barrel
Caribbean rum.
as a double
Is it-
barreling.
I feel like I went on vacation when you poured it, and I can tell you that there is 1/3 of the bottle gone. So that tells me y'all are generous drinkers.
We have 2
Well,
ounces.
we pour 2-ounce pours, and actually I poured probably 2.5.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
for
think mine was
everybody.
a little
So-
stout, but it's delicious.
So question:
Yours was 2.5.
Is it Caribbean or Caribbean?
Yeah, well, it's potato.
I don't
I don't
know.
say potato.
I say potato.
Let's go get some potatoes.
Why, does that make me stupid or something?
Yeah, it's kind of like everyone says that
Tomato,
Canadians
tomato.
say aluminium. I don't say
Aluminium.
aluminium. I say
Okay.
aluminum.
Yeah, no.
Well, how
That's
about tomato? Some people
That's-
say tomato.
What do you
No, they
say?
don't.
Tomato.
I say tomato. Get the fuck out of here.
Tomato, eh?
It's a tomato.
I would like some
Tomato.
mashed potatoes, please.
Mashed
You don't
potatoes.
actually say that.
Of course not. I'd be stupid.
Mashed potatoes. Can I have some mashed potatoes, please?
I would have some brown gravy with my mashed
I'll
potatoes.
mash you.
Uh-huh.
Mash your
I have
potatoes.
Okay.
some poutine, eh?
Yeah, I like the poutine.
All right.
This Angel's
Anyway.
Envy is
Oh, hold on. So we were.
stunning.
I think it's Caribbean, personally.
I want to go with you.
I don't like Caribbean.
No, I kind of like Caribbean
Do you?
because it may, like, I close my eyes and I'm like, ooh, blue water, white sand.
And Caribbean doesn't give you that?
No.
Interesting.
Is it Pirates,
to me,
Pirates of the Caribbean or Pirates of the Caribbean?
Caribbean.
It depends on where you come
Caribbean.
from. To me, Caribbean is more phonetic.
All right,
you know,
Mr.
and
Producer.
Caribbean is kind of like, hey, come down to the Caribbean. It's
There's
kind of
only-
authentic. You know, the Caribbean is kind of like something you're reading out of a digest. You
There's
know?
only one way to solve this. Mr.
Oh.
Producer's going to pull up the word and the definition, and he's going to click on the pronunciation button, and then that's when we'll know.
I don't think this is the correct Caribbean pronunciation. Spelling it doesn't.
Oh,
No,
Tell you
you,
how to-
you have to play it. I don't know. What are we on? We're on Reader's Digest. Remember those little
Oh,
books?
yeah. My mom used to get those.
Those were great.
Reader's
Yeah,
Digest.
Reader's
I like the
Digest.
I like the drama in real life.
Caribbean.
Yeah.
Remember the drama
See?
in real life?
Caribbean.
Bullshit.
Caribbean.
Caribbean. She said that with
No.
like an accent.
Yeah.
Caribbean.
That's
You
the
gotta-
British
British
pronunciation.
pronunciation.
Fuck the British.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Sorry. Oh, that was harsh.
Yeah, that was harsh.
I like Britain.
Caribbean.
There we go.
Caribbean.
Bingo.
Aluminium.
Okay.
So what's like the Moroccan?
Oh God, really?
What?
No,
Did you say
click on
Mor-
it. No, that's just the two.
There's
What are
only
you
two.
doing?
Oh, damn it.
It's that you can
All right,
only
we'll do
say
it
two
again.
ways.
I want to hear the American pronunciation again.
Caribbean.
There we go.
Caribbean.
Nice
God.
and slow. This is good stuff.
Caribbean.
So okay,
Caribbean.
so
Caribbean cruise.
okay, so in Canada they say things like program and process
Aluminium.
instead of process.
And coach instead of couch. You gotta
Okay.
put right, a little
All right,
nasal.
so do you guys follow the? Would you follow
British.
the British?
Right. So south instead of south.
Right.
So-
House
so do you have a boot?
instead of host?
Give a boot of in your car instead of a trunk.
No, we don't call it boot. We call it a trunk.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
pull out plants by the root or the roots.
I think that's like Kansas. The root.
That's a Midwestern.
I know
Yeah, I
it
think-
is.
I
It
think
is.
it
It
is.
is. I'm just throwing that
we're
in there.
we're root people.
I'm just throwing that in there.
Yeah. Root.
All right, so you're Caribbean because you're British
Yeah,
version.
Yeah. You know, we all love the Queen.
No, we don't.
We do.
She's dead.
No, she's not.
Which
Yes,
one?
She
Do you
is.
Queen
see how
Elizabeth?
serious my voice turned? Like in
I
a minute.
know.
I'm
You're like, don't fuck.
Which queen are we talking about?
Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah,
The
like
fuck?
don't.
I thought this Queensland. I thought we addressed this on a prior podcast.
that I wasn't here for. Canadian.
But so you guys celebrate that's Queen
We
Elizabeth's land?
do.
They love the
Canadian
Queen.
is
Yes.
part of England, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we honor the
What is
Queen.
going on here?
I mean,
God
even
bless
she's,
our native Queen.
dude, she's even on your coin.
She's on our bills.
Right, on your
She's-
bills and
She's
coin.
on
Yeah,
everything.
they
Is she
love.
naked?
She could be.
With her
Really?
corgis?
When you close your eyes, she is.
Oh wow.
So do your bills have King Chuck on it now?
No.
How about Prince Andrew?
No.
King Chuck.
Can you
King
imagine?
Chuck.
Is he on the queer dollar bill
I wonder
too?
what will happen when the Queen dies if
hell, man?
the currency will change. But it's beautiful. Like
I thought she did die.
She did die.
no,
What's wrong
she
with you?
didn't die.
Queen Elizabeth? Yes. It is
No.
now. Yes. Like
When?
2 or 3
Jackie?
years ago.
What is wrong
No,
with you?
she did not die.
Queen Elizabeth died and it is now King Charles.
You really don't follow
oh
the
my
news.
gosh, I don't follow the news. I'm going to Google it right now. Let me get my
No,
phone.
no, Mr. Producer's doing it for you.
Death
Mr.
of Queen
Producer,
Elizabeth.
Can you tell me?
You're kidding me? It was all over the news. They-
Listen, I told you I don't watch the news. It's
How-
very depressing.
at the age of 96,
Yeah, but
she
she died
reigned
in-
for 70
Oh.
years.
But you're a
died in
Canadian
22.
citizen. How
It
would you
doesn't
not
matter.
know this?
I'm
Your family didn't call you and say we're devastated?
My
Her family's like, fuck off, you support Trump.
listen. Don't wear that hat, girl. That's what they said.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I looked cute. I had on a white shirt and my hair in braids and a little Trump train hat.
I bet you looked amazing.
I did.
All right.
Was
So
it,
yes, she's
was
dead.
it a
So
thin,
she passed away at
thin white
22.
shirt?
2022. Oh my
Yes.
gosh. It's all right. It's okay. I'll just drink more bourbon.
Yes.
It'll make it all go away.
It does. That's what we tend
It's
to find
okay.
too.
Well, it
Hey,
has a
so we're-
tendency to have a little mental mind break. You forget things
You
Yeah.
do.
all
We're-
the time.
So we're talking about Angel's Envy.
We
Yes.
are.
Yes.
Let's see if we can get
Yeah, we're
through
struggling.
this. Let's see if we can get through this. Yeah.
Delicious.
I hope in the podcast you play the music like 4 times just to be a smart ass.
Just the
celery
very beginning.
seed for
Yes.
me. So I really am. I'm nosing like a celery seed.
All right, let's get okay.
No.
Okay,
They
I wanna
said
make sure-
maple sugar. I can smell the honey. I can smell vanilla. I can smell. In Canada, we're all about the natural
Hell, it almost
Maple
tastes like
sugar?
the
berry celery.
who the hell we having last week?
Garrison Brothers?
Yeah, it almost tastes like the Garrison Brothers honey.
Mm-mm.
No,
Mm-mm.
I think it
I don't
does.
think so.
Mm-mm.
All right,
I
so
don't
this
think
is
so.
all right,
The
I'm-
honey?
It's 100 proof, guys.
You've tasted her honey, right? Garrison Brothers honey?
Garrison
Lady
Brothers honey,
Bird.
it's the only thing.
No,
I
it's
have
not
in
Lady
my-
Bird. It's
Yeah, it was
the
Lady Bird is what we had.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying they have a product called honey,
They do. It's the only bottle I bought from them.
but there is no honey in it.
Yes, there is. Not in this.
No, it's
Okay.
I'm all about the bees.
Oh, good Lord. Let's
So
see.
anything
There
that
is
has a
honey
bee on
in
it,
the
I'm
other one.
buying it.
I really want to see if we can get through this.
You think so?
All right. Angel's Envy finished. All right, here we go. So what we're dealing with is a rye. It's 100 proof.
Yeah.
It was aged in a white oak barrel, I would assume, and then finished in a rum barrel. And it is unique. It is extremely unique to
Do
me.
y'all get rum though? I don't get rum at all.
I don't get rum, but it brings out something totally different than anything I have tried.
so I think what it does is that the rum is made with high contents of sugar. And depending where they get those sugars from, it could be from anywhere. I mean, Lily Colana's Jamaican rum is probably a darker kind of taste. So I think what we're tasting, that honey, what I taste the honey as, I think that's the high content of sugar from the rum barrels.
Is this readily accessible?
Yes.
Okay. I am going to buy one for my collection.
Yeah.
It is
There's nothing. I mean,
it is absolutely outstanding.
yeah. You need an Angel's Envy.
Yeah. We got another one out
The
there.
rye.
I think we have a cast strength out there.
I know you went but to me, I'm having a moment with it.
You are?
It is really, really good.
Who went
It-
meh?
You did?
Sean did.
No.
I did.
You don't like it?
Do you think?
That's
do you
fine.
think? Do you think it went mad because it doesn't finish? It doesn't finish fantastic.
That's exactly why.
Yeah.
I'm left with this vacant, caustic kind of rough ending.
I taste a lot of tea.
Don't you think it comes
Yeah,
forward
there you
though? So you drink it
Mm.
across your palate and it doesn't finish like, oh my gosh, there's a hug, there's a something.
It does for me.
It just
It does.
It does. I don't know. I don't like that.
It does
I
for
feel
me.
like it comes back forward, and then everything I tasted in the beginning is what I taste in the end.
Yeah, I don't look. I think it tastes good. I mean, there's parts of the experience that I really like, but I don't like the tail end of it. The tail end leaves it kind of bitter and empty.
Oh,
I don't
bitter.
get that.
Yeah,
I mean, I get bitter as it crosses my palate, but as it finishes, I don't get.
Yeah,
I don't
I
get
pick
bitter.
up the bitterness. And it says on this it says it's
Dry.
dry,
Yeah.
where it just kind of disappears on you. That's what I get out of it.
I don't want to kick it in the nuts. I think it's good. I mean, for what it is, it's 100 proof.
And what's the
You know?
price point?
I don't
Under-
remember.
It was,
No.
it was yeah.
It wasn't
it was,
100 bucks,
it was
was it?
close to it. It was 90 something bucks.
Is that because you have your name engraved on it?
No, that
No.
was free. That was complimentary because we went to the class.
Oh, the class.
Jeff and I held hands and
Yes.
ate
You
lots
did?
of hoagies.
And skip. I love to skip everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah, it makes everything different when you skip.
I think
Yeah.
I think it would be for you, but when they do it, like Sean and Jeff do it,
No,
it's
I could
different.
totally imagine like
Yes.
having a video of that.
I
So
know.
you're advertising the podcast,
We're
and you
skipping
have a
down the
video-
aisle of
Right.
Total Wine.
And I'm standing in the back going,
Absolutely.
"Fuck."
No,
Really?
Yeah, I'm not with them.
Right, exactly.
No.
Yeah, it's
I'm
No,
not.
I-
I am not with them.
I think what
Yes.
we need to do is have a set of his trampolines, and Jeff and I can like jump on the
Oh,
trampoline. and-
I
There
had
you
a
go.
tramp.
I don't
got a
think.
tramp.
I don't think that would help either.
No.
No.
Oh.
All right,
Good
so
for your lymphatic system.
This bottle. I mean, look, we tasted this during the tasting, and I loved it. I'm telling you, I'm not in the same place I was during the tasting.
Hmm.
I'm not.
Did you try other things in advance
Yes.
of this
Yeah,
bottle?
Yeah,
and we had
well,
some chicken wings too.
You got chicken wings.
Yeah,
I
there's-
mean,
There was an assortment of flavors, but we drank like 3 or 4 different, 4 or 5.
Five, I think.
Yeah, it was 5 different Angel Envy products, and they brought them all out. Look, I'm telling you,
that's tough. That's tough
it's
to do.
not
It is
bad.
tough.
It's in a rum cask. I don't want to kick it out of bed. Make me a turkey sandwich or something, but it's. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a 6.9.
yeah, I'm not giving it. I'm not coming close to a 6. I'm like Monica Geller, 7, 7, 7, 7. I'm like, yeah, it's okay. It's good.
Yeah.
And it's pretty. Again, I love a great bottle.
All right, so what are you giving it?
Yeah, but what are you giving
You're
it?
giving it a 7. What are you saying?
I'm probably in the 6 range as well. It's not overwhelming. Like, I don't go like, oh my goodness, I need to go out and buy that bottle. That's exactly what I need to have on my shelf.
Right.
If I had it, if someone gifted it to me, it'd be great.
Right.
But
it
I'm not.
disappears really quick.
I'm probably not buying. The finish is just nothing.
Right.
Yeah. It's absent.
I disagree. That's interesting.
Oh,
That's all right.
Yeah, but you don't like that Frey 100% wheat either. So
and
That's very
and
true.
I'm sorry, but I loved it.
I did
Yeah.
not at
I know.
all.
It's
Yeah,
so
I was right
interesting.
there with Sean. I think a 6-7 for me on this.
yeah.
It's the very first I like, and it just goes away for me.
There's no finish on it whatsoever. I've got nothing. Like I felt like it came forward and then it.
I wonder if that's the
dissipates.
rum barrel that does that.
I usually like a rum finish. I like it. I love finished products. I love sherry, port.
I wonder how old this is because it looks
Tequila.
pretty. It's not super dark,
It's not.
so I wonder what the age statement.
So by the way, that bottle that we have has a metal little medallion on there,
Yeah.
and I stole that
Oh, good.
off
Oh.
another bottle. So that bottle comes from the bourbon, but I was kind of like, I'm spending $100 on a bottle.
Sure. I want the wings.
I'm taking the fucking wings.
I want the wings.
Nice.
I'm taking it. In fact, the girl that engraved it, she was like, "This doesn't belong on here." I was like, "Bitch,
Just
Did you
leave it
really?
on there. I'm
No, I
paying
didn't say
$100.
Oh, she really pointed out that it doesn't belong on
yeah."
there?
She said, "This
Oh,
doesn't-"
that's funny.
I have
was
an
kinda
Angel's Envy port cask finish. I've never cracked it, but I've had it, and it's delicious.
Look, there's lots of look. I like Angel's Envy. I'm not. I mean, this one right here is actually good, but it's just not. It's not for me because it's 100 proof. 1, 2. It's just it doesn't finish well. It's got a nice sweet taste to it. It's great for sipping. What Paul wants to do with it? Are we gonna mix it with Coca-Cola?
No, not at all. Drink it exactly the way it is.
Mm.
I actually like it a lot. I would love to have it on my shelf. I will struggle with the $100 price tag. I'll tell you that.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
always
I
struggling
will
with
struggle with
$100
that.
price tag.
I struggled with that too, and I was like, "Oh my god, you guys better fucking pay me for this."
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
better pay
That-
me.
that-
I did.
that's a bit-
I did
bit
purchase
steep.
another bottle. I got the Heaven's Hill. So we've got. You picked up
The turkey.
You picked up the turkey.
that new turkey.
And,
Yeah.
and I picked up the Heaven's Hill. Which one was it? The 4-grain?
Grained glass or something like that.
Yeah, grain
a
to
rye.
glass.
It's a
grain to
rye.
glass rye. Yeah, it
And Nell said it was not very good.
Who said it
Uh,
was not very good?
Nell, is that her name?
Nelly.
Nelly.
Yeah,
Nelly.
but she also said that we need to rate it. She
Yes.
says, "Yeah, but if you have the podcast, you need to rate it."
Yeah, because you almost
So-
put it down.
I did, and I'm glad I didn't. But it was still $80-90.
Again, we may like it. We may like it.
Yeah. So
Excuse
one of
me.
the experiences of being in the bourbon community is everyone will sample out everything. So lots of people will buy lots of products and they'll buy lots of bourbon to put on their shelves, but they are more than willing to pour you a 1 or 2 ounce sample so you can try it. That's really how I've
Right.
gotten everything on my shelf. I've really tried before I bought.
Right.
I'll tell you what. So while we're talking about putting whiskeys and bourbons on the shelves, do we want to dedicate a couple minutes and chat about inexpensive stuff to put on your shelves that tastes terrific? Because I want to
Yeah.
spout out our common ones that we like 114 Grandad.
Oh,
I
it's
tell- I tell you what,
delicious.
I would
Peanutty.
I would love to have this conversation because there are so many people that ask me when I tell them we do a
Yeah.
podcast and we go over bourbons. I'm like, okay, they say what should we buy? And I'm like, shit,
Well-
that's the challenging because
Right.
OGD
we-
all day long.
Oh, yeah.
14.
And believe it or not, benchmark.
well,
You know,
Foolproof.
people
Foolproof.
the full proof, the
Nothing else,
125 proof. Oh yeah,
nothing
straight
else.
up.
Nothing else they have. I'm sorry, foolproof. I mean, I apologize in advance, but the full, like, the Benchmark. I love the full proof. It's delicious.
It's a
That's good.
standard. I always have a bottle of full proof. I love the 114. I mean, I've been drinking it.
And Paul doesn't like
No.
the foolproof, you said.
That's all right.
I didn't like it the
He
first
doesn't
time
have
I
that
tried
palate.
Yeah, you need to let it
He's
open
not
up a little
experienced
bit.
enough.
I like
Just
Wild
just-
Turkey 101.
101. So Wild Turkey 101, I keep on my shelf at all times for anybody who just really doesn't know about bourbon. It's a staple.
Right.
Yeah,
And then
it's just
Rare
good.
Breed is fantastic.
Yeah, but expensive in
It's
comparison
For what
to
it is.
101.
For what it is,
Yeah,
yeah.
True,
Rare Breed is
true.
one of my favorites, but you're at the $50 mark. If you're looking at the $25, the $30, I mean, even some of the Evan Williams stuff, the bottled and bond is
I'm
not
not a
bad.
big fan. I don't really like
Paul
it.
likes
But
the bottled and bond. Evan
you
Williams.
do. I bought that for
Yeah.
I bought that for my kids. I was like, y'all really need to get into bourbon. Here, let me buy you a $12 bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what else? We got the full proof, the Old Granddad 114. I mean,
Early times.
I was just about to
If you
say.
can find it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
how about very old Barton? You know,
oh yeah.
the
Wait,
bottled and
so-
bond version, I think, is better.
What was Early Times was the purplish,
The blue label.
the blue label, right?
Yeah.
I haven't
And
seen it on the shelves.
I haven't seen it on the shelves in
It's
a long time.
actually really, really good.
I have several bottles. It's just one of those things, you stockpile. Kind of like the OGD 114. I like
Yeah.
it every day, all day long. I like to drink it by itself. Very peanutty for me, but
Yeah.
it's amazing in an old fashioned.
It's great.
So anywhere I go, because it's inexpensive
It's
on
Jim
the menu,
Beam, isn't it?
it is.
Yeah.
When it's on the menu, it's, I don't know, $9 or
Right.
something. So I'm always going to order an old fashioned. So
Well,
I'm not paying
yeah.
$24 for an Old Forester single barrel.
Gotcha.
yeah, I love old fashions. I just stopped drinking them because of the we got high content of sugar. in those
Sugar.
things. And it's just
I make my own simple syrup. It's delicious. I'm making a cinnamon simple syrup. It's amazing.
cinnamon.
Simple syrup.
You know what we need to
Jeff
do,
says
though?
it better.
I mean, it actually is a frustrating thing when I can't just immediately regurgitate to somebody, like what they should get. We really need to break it down by price point.
Yeah.
If you're looking for something that's $40 and less, $40 or less, it's this.
Yeah.
40,
Nine banded,
40 to 60.
nine
it needs to
banded,
be
white or
this,
black,
right?
preferably black.
Well, even like
For
the regular,
weeded, for starters.
even like if you get the regular Buffalo Trace, that's an easy entry.
Yeah,
into
but you
bourbon.
can't find that. You
$24.
can't find that.
Yeah, you can.
No,
I can't find.
I'm
Buffalo
with
Trace.
Sean. It's not. We cannot say that to somebody. If you want to go to
Sure.
Total Wine today, you want to go
Sure.
buy something today. Okay, we'll get Buffalo Trace. It won't
That's
be there.
true. That's
Yeah.
true.
The
It
good
won't be
things
there.
about walking the aisles and being there pouring for other people, I get to see what's there. I just got an E.H. Taylor. I've never bought an E.H. Taylor small batch in a liquor store ever. I've always traded for something, gotten something from somebody else.
Right.
And I paid.
Yeah. So
retail.
I'm talking about things that are like you could tell them, and it may
Always
not be,
there.
May not be 100%, but should be 90%. Is there?
Yeah.
right?
I
We-
have a
we need
lot
to
of
break it
people that
down.
have a lot of bourbon experience to come in that tell me Old Emler, which is
That's a Total Wine
Old
brand,
Elmer-
isn't it?
Elmer?
Elmer.
Elmer.
Yeah, old Elmer.
Yeah.
Elmer, and it's a weeded
Yeah, that's good.
weeded
Solid.
whiskey, and it's really a great price point. It's under $50,
Right.
and it's the oldest wheat strain in the world. I
Oh,
guess.
nice.
Yeah,
I
delicious.
didn't know that. Oldest wheat strain?
Yeah,
Old Elmer?
Old Elmer.
Yeah, we've seen Old Elmer
Or is it
before.
Emler?
It's a
No, it's Elmer.
Elmer. It's a blue
ELMER.
label. It's good. So even the cart next to me says only these samples are only available through staff. I sample
No,
that
that's
all
Elmer
day
T.
long.
Lee. That's
That
hard to
is
find.
different.
Yeah, I saw that on your
So
shelf.
maybe we are wrong. What the hell?
It's
Have you all
old-
had the blue run? 14,
No.
14 years, good.
No.
Oh, well,
I think
I
it's
mean-
Old Emler.
Is it Emler?
EMMLER.
You better not be
There's
right.
there's two M's.
You better not be right. I'll be
He's-
pissed.
He usually
It's
is.
I mean I have it in my phone. I took a
There's
picture.
Emmer with no L.
That's it. Cast strength. It's like 45 bucks.
Emmer.
Yeah, that's what I
Oh,
said.
yeah, that's what we had.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you said Emler.
Old Emmer.
I thought it was Elmer, but it is Emmer. We tried that over at the
Did
Total
you
Wine.
like it?
Yeah, I mean, it was fair. It was fair. Definitely, I wouldn't kick it out of bed.
Well, hold on.
You know-
Click on that again. What's the proof of that? It's cast strength. I see that.
Mhm.
But it's a 9-year for $45 a 9-year.
45 bucks.
110 proof.
55.
Damn, that's pretty good.
And
Yep.
they have it on their sample cart. So anytime you go in, they always have it
I
on
tell
their
you what,
sample
for
cart.
a
So-
9-year cast strength, $45
They've
bucks.
got-
That's a great price.
They've got 12-year Rebecca's Creek. They got the Russell's Reserve 10-year bourbon. They got Bardstown Bourbon Company, the Origin series, Rittenhouse Rye. These are the Suntory Toki, a reasonably priced whiskey that can be enjoyed with
Which it
cocktails.
was.
Well, the Russells is always good.
Oh yeah.
You can't go wrong with the Russell's Reserve. I have a 13-year.
How about Dickel?
Oh, you got a 13?
It's all right.
I don't
I
mind
think
Dickel.
that's- I think
don't mind
that's-
it.
I think the thing with Dickel is there's a lot of folks who don't like it because they get that minerality out of it,
Mm-hmm.
and then that really turns some people off.
Have you had the Old Dickel Tabasco?
No,
Horrific. I mean, delicious.
delicious.
Isn't there? Didn't
have
we?
that.
We wasn't one of the go-tos a 13-year-old Dickie?
Yeah, there's a
Dickel.
13
Dickie.
Dickel.
I know.
13
Dickel.
Dickel. That's really, really good.
That's really good.
How about the best cheap rye whiskeys? Old Overholt Bonded Rye.
What's that?
Old Overholt.
I don't know.
OVERHOLT. Producer.
I'd have to see.
I'm picking up some mint on this now.
Very spearminty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got spearminty on the
And
finish.
the best cheap American whiskey is Michter's US 1 American whiskey.
Michter's is really good.
but I'm serious about this. We need to create a list
yeah.
because it is. Yeah, we need
Do
to have
people
it.
ask you guys all
Yes,
the
we
time?
need to have it
They
ready
do.
to roll off the tongue.
There you go.
I do not recognize Old Overholt.
So it's the oldest community continually maintained brand of whiskey was found in West Overton, Pennsylvania, 1812.
I've never
10.
seen it.
Well, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I've never seen it either.
Mhm.
Doesn't exist.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah,
So not
it's
on
fake.
the shelf, in other words.
It's
I mean,
misinformation.
Well, what it says is that it's readily available and it's one of the cheaper whiskeys out there. So what is a
Cheaper or good and inexpensive?
inexpensive and
Inexpensive.
good.
Okay.
yeah, what I see week after week is a lot of makers, a lot of Jack Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yes.
everyone thinks like I worked in a bar for several years, and people come in and they order a drink, and they're like, "I'll have a Jack and Coke," but they're actually getting well whiskey and
Right.
Coke. But Jack and Coke is like the Kleenex of the tissue.
Right.
No, when I
Well,
ask
Jack
for
is not
Jack and
bad.
Coke,
Mhm.
it needs to be Jack and Coke, and you can tell. I absolutely can tell if it's Jack versus well.
Yeah, I can tell
So
everything.
I could taste licorice in here now.
At the
That's
tail end.
twice.
Just
Yeah.
black licorice or the
Yeah.
red licorice?
No, it's probably the red
Black.
or green licorice.
It's the
No
black.
such thing as red licorice.
It's the one that they chop up on the
Red
pipe.
licorice, green
It's a
apple. Have
pipe.
you ever had green apple?
Well, it's a
licorice?
pipe that
delicious.
they cut up and mash, and then they stick
I'm
in.
totally going to bring y'all some Canadian
Licorice
licorice
pipes.
Yes.
Nice.
There's also a pastry in Canada called what the heck is it
Donut?
called? Oh, Tim Hortons.
No.
You know they're opening a Tim Hortons
it's-
in Flower Mound.
Really?
Jeff is called Donut.
Oh, Donut?
Donut. They're
I
opening a
get you,
Tim,
Donut.
they're opening a Tim Hortons. There's one in Houston. They're opening one in Capel, and there's nothing like a Tim Hortons coffee.
Tim Hortons was one of my big customers. I bought a
Were
shit
they?
ton of, the,
Dildos.
yes, bunch of dildos that they'd put in there.
Tracy Dog, you ever heard
No,
of that?
the displays that they put
Another
all
time.
the menus up. So all those displays
The cruller,
I bought.
the honey stick.
I've never been to a Tim Hortons, but
And you haven't?
no.
It's like a whole nother experience.
We're big. Well, when I'd go up to Toronto, but I don't drink coffee. So
Oh,
I know they're all over the place up there, and they're starting to move south.
they are.
So
Flower Mound. They were supposed to have it spring of 2024, so I'm not sure what the timing is of that. All I know is whatever the opening day is, I was standing in line.
and it's different than Starbucks because it has more, I believe, doesn't it?
yeah.
Tim Hortons
Well,
has
it's not all the froofy stuff. It's not all the syrups and all that stuff.
Right.
It's just a coffee, double cream, double sugar, good to go.
good.
Yeah.
Good. I don't drink coffee, but
But their donuts are amazing.
Right.
The honey cruller, the honey stick.
the Bear
Delicious.
Claw.
We don't have the bear claw.
Oh,
Yeah.
my dad was big into
apple
Bear Claws.
fritter.
That wasn't my favorite.
I think it's an American. I think a bear claw is an American thing.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Mine is always the blueberry donut, the blueberry cake donut.
Oh yes.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
And then just the regular coconut on top of the chocolate.
Who are you?
Are you referring to like
I-
donuts and
Coconut?
pastries?
Oh,
That's why he
I
likes
love
Old
coconut.
Williamsburg.
Maple.
I-
I want the maple
I love
maple
coconut.
donut. I want. It doesn't matter if it's the long john.
You
or
guys
the
have lost
regular.
your ever loving minds.
We have. over at
All
Maple
right, so
Donuts.
we did rate this
We did.
Angel's Envy, right?
Yeah, I said
Yes.
a 6. You said a 6 what? 4?
6'9".
6.9.
6.9.
I was at 6'7".
I said 7, but nobody asked me.
No. Oh, you're pretty though.
So
Hey, look, dudes like us moment here. I know we're dug into this topic here, but I want to do a hard left.
well,
I want to
Okay.
talk about.
he usually doesn't do that. He just does it.
He does.
Yeah, I do, but I want to preface this first. But look, Paul brought up something that's got me
Uh-oh.
kind of upset.
Uh-oh.
Kind of. You were talking about the voting. So we had early voting that started
That's
in Fort
right.
Worth. The people were voting for early voting, and Paul, I want you to elaborate.
Yeah, somebody sent me an article and said, well, they just sent me the article, no comments. And I read it, and it is in Tarrant County, which is Fort Worth. It is at an elections polling site or an election voting site. Somebody put in their vote in the electronic thing, and it spit out the paper thing, and they looked at it, and it did not match what they voted. So they put in Trump on the electronic screen. The paper said Harris.
Oh.
And they said, yeah, what the fuck type of thing. And they looked at it and they're like, yeah, okay, this is avoided. Yeah, there's something's wrong. We're going to avoid that or whatever. 2 other people, same thing. And the Tarrant County electoral
Right.
said, yeah, there is a problem. We're looking into it. Dude, and
What is that problem?
that just starts.
Didn't you test these machines before you?
I mean,
this started?
come
Obviously,
on.
there's something going on. I mean, it's
And I'm just like, really? Don't start this shit.
So with technology, I literally today went online to Amazon. I ordered 2 tablecloths. They will be delivered to my doorstep at 9 p.m. You're telling me that voter registration cannot be that simple?
It is so simple.
How could it not be? I mean,
because it's corrupt.
You go to Chick-fil-A. I mean, look, why don't we just, everybody votes through Chick-fil-A. Like, I drive through the drive-through. I say, here's what I want. Here's my voter registration
I want the
card.
pimento cheese chicken sandwich. That's a vote for Trump.
Have you ever, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I really haven't got a wrong order from Chick-fil-A in 3 years.
So here's the thing. Here's the sick thing about it. They probably have done, whoever they is, have done the numbers. And they say probably 7% of the people check their paper ballot,
Yeah.
right?
Who checks their receipt?
No one probably checks their paper ballot.
No one checks their receipt.
But my question is this:
Probably a very low percentage.
Why would
so
you
they're
do,
thinking,
why would you do this in Texas?
They can slip it in.
Because if Harris wins Texas, that would raise a lot of
It
flags.
would be
Oh,
so
absolutely.
obvious. It
You
would
do
be
that in Pennsylvania,
in the swing states.
in the swing states. You don't do it here.
Maybe-
Just like if they did it in California and Trump was getting all the votes.
maybe
You'd be like, what the
But
fuck?
Maybe
it's
when they-
alarming, and I'm kind of curious if this is even going to populate on some of the news organizations, if they're going to talk about this. So I mean, what?
No, it won't.
I so don't trust this. This is so fucking dishonest.
It's
Mhm.
sickening.
And just like you said, you can order anything and everything from Amazon, and you get it.
Boom.
It's right. Everything is perfect.
perfect.
Why? The thing is that they can be done, but they are fucking with it.
The problem is each state controls their process.
Well, people
And
need to be
each-
shot.
and there
They
is
need to
no
be pulled
standard.
out in the middle of the fucking square of every town and shot. If they find out that they're dude, look, this is voter fraud. This is bullshit. You are controlling people's lives. They've got those. I mean, who the fuck voted for $200 billion to go to Ukraine? Sure the fuck wasn't me. That stuff pisses me off.
We
is
have
that
no
we
say.
vote these people in there, and you know what? If our vote doesn't mean jack shit, then fuck you.
Okay.
Anarchy. I mean, really.
Yeah, I want you to really share how you feel. I don't
Man,
feel like you're
it's
really.
so wrong. This is the beginning. This is goddamn the end of October. We haven't even started yet.
I know.
And this shit's happening.
And
That's
shit's
why
already
it's not
started
going to be. This is not going to be solved
Right.
until December.
Oh, well,
late
yeah.
sometime.
It's going to be 90 days before we know who the president
That's
is,
fucking
right?
stupid.
Absolutely.
Stupid.
It's crazy.
It's not going to be. I'm not saying it's not going to be who the majority of the room.
I don't know.
But
We'll
who
see.
knows? I sure hope so.
I tell you what, the last time it was so shady, man. When I went to bed, I was like, damn, like it's done. It's
Way
over.
to go, Donald.
Yep. And then in the morning I was like,
How did that happen?
what the fuck? There's
You
no
look
way.
at-
And they
Big old
literally
jump.
And they were literally like, it's statistically impossible, that kind of bullshit. And I was like, don't do this again. Not again. We can't do this again. This country can't handle that.
I can't handle it. As a single woman in the United States of America, I can't handle it.
I know, right?
You know, I really want to move home to my parents' house and live in their basement and drive a really nice car.
Right.
But they have a lot of snow.
Yeah, I like
It's all right. I feel like it'll be worth it.
What's your idea of a really nice car?
I don't know. Just
Ooh.
better than what
Like
I
a
drive.
4-wheel drive?
Yeah, totally.
Subaru.
You have to out there.
I don't want a Subaru.
Why?
Like,
Forester.
Those are nice.
I mean, I have long red hair. I don't want to drive a Subaru. I feel like that's for the short hair girls.
Oh, you want the Tesla truck.
that wear the practical shoes.
You want the Tesla
Hey,
truck.
look. We want to thank you sincerely.
Yeah, it's been great.
We had a great time with you tonight. It's been fantastic. Well, you're welcome to come back anytime. We just got to put it on the calendar. Come back if you want to bring a friend. Look, we got an empty seat over there. It's all lonely.
Yeah, so I'll shout out to Nellie because I will bring Nellie back the next
That
time.
There you go.
would be super cool.
She's a firecracker.
She'll bring bourbon and she'll wow you.
I mean, she doesn't have to. I mean, we've got bourbon, but if she brings some, we'll graciously accept it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but you have to bring a 6-pack of Canadian.
Alexander Keith.
Yeah, something.
Alexander Keith's beer.
Yeah, that's my
Totally.
only condition.
Absolutely.
And black licorice
Well, look,
pipes.
guys,
And
it's
black licorice pipes.
it's October 22nd, the finish or the finale of the second half of the Dudes Like Us podcast. Mr. Producer, thank you, Mr. Miss Jackie, our guest here, Dudes Like Us. I'm Sean.
I'm Paul.
I'm Jeff.
Jackie Rack.
Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, Dudes Like Us -podcast, Dudes Like Us -- fucking Woodcraft. I can't think of it.
We out.
Good night, guys.